the Executive Director for Resident Services and Interprofessional Practice. And I'd like to take the opportunity to welcome you all to the annual opening ceremonies of the Snyder Campus Nursing Week celebrations. To start out our celebration or our ceremony, I'd like to recognize a few of our residents that are nurses. I always say not was a nurse, is a nurse, always will be a nurse. So those individuals are June Pepin, Vicki Anderson, Hazel Miller, Irene Anderson, Susan Westell, and Gwendolyn, who has recently passed. We honor you and we appreciate the many years of services that you have put in. Now you are a recipient of your own craft. And so we'd like to start off, Tia, with a video. Jessica. It's a video that was presented when Marvel Comics decided to do a comic on nurses and our resiliency and the struggles that we face every day. If you haven't gotten a comic, I would suggest that you get one. I think it's going to be a collector's item in the future. And so we will start off with that video.
My mom is a nurse. She takes care of people. I'm worried if COVID might get him.
Sometimes it's like we wake up and see her, and sometimes we don't.
What if she gets COVID?
We didn't see her for like 2 months. My dad is super brave.
And she's working her butt off just to help other people.
She's working very hard.
She helps people who are really sick.
It makes me feel good that she's being able to help. It's a comic book.
Marvel.
The vinyl.
True nurse stories.
That one looks like my mommy.
Sick.
Today she says she has a surprise
And tells me to close my eyes. When I finally take a small pee,
I see my family for the first time in a week.
Just doing my job, she rolls eyes.
and she smiles at me with those smiling eyes. Sorry.
To remind me of how like you help people and make people better.
Yeah?
You're a hero?
You're my hero.
Thank you, Jessica. Oftentimes we don't think about the sacrifices that healthcare workers, not just nurses, have to make at home while they're dedicating their time and their services to us. So on behalf of the senior leadership team and myself, we would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for what you do. Thank you for your kindness and dedication and your healing touch. Thank you for always putting the residents first, no matter how grueling and demanding your day gets. We thank you for providing an empathetic ear and compassionate hand, and thank you for being the rock when the waters get rough. This year has been a unique year. Life as we know it has changed, both personally and professionally. As quickly as things change, they remain the same. Certainly, everything we learned about infection control and prevention in nursing school and more and more has been utilized in this last year. Doffing and donning is a part of our everyday life. If you think about the practices of infection control and prevention and its origin, it goes back to a nurse, Florence Nightingale. Florence was one of the pioneers of infection control and prevention, and through her advocacy and her promotion for sterilization, hand washing, and cleanliness, she has changed the outcome of her patients and increased their mortality rate. Florence was a joker as well. She joked, "Boil yourself and everything in reach, including the surgeon." So smart, kind, compassionate, and fearless are just a few words to describe her. And you will hear more about Florence in our closing ceremonies on Friday when we announce our Florence Nightingale recipient. I believe nursing is a calling, not a job, and it takes a special kind of individual to be a nurse. So much is asked of you every day. It's a profession that requires physical stamina, emotional strength, and intellectual agility. And at the end of the day, there isn't much left. You wish Alexa would come alive and do all of the chores required for you at home. Regardless, you come in every day and do it with a smile. If I had to choose 2 words to describe nurses in 2021, they would be resilient and fearless. You are our everyday heroes. Thank you for answering the call. Thank you. So I just wanted to go over the week's calendar coming up a little bit. After we have our formal ceremony here, there will be some fun activities out in the Shalom Garden that Tia and a few others have put together for you to enjoy. It's called Minute to Win It. I don't know how to play, but I hear that it's really fun. So you should go. I'll go there and try it. So go on out, enjoy yourself. You have to pick, as you're playing the games throughout the week, it's a competition between the 8 units. So you got to pick a unit if you don't belong to one. So if you're in the foundation office, you have to pick one. So pick your unit that you want to play. Maybe you want to break it up throughout the week. So the Florence Nightingale recipients are Romalyn, Leonora, and Casey. So we had about 150 nominees, and those 3 were the top 3 runners. So here's your opportunity to vote for your nurse. The box is at the front when you come in and you get screened in the morning, so take a minute to vote. Or if you're sitting at your computer, you can send an email to Tia and she will tally up those votes. The votes will be tallied on Friday morning, and the recipient will be handed the torch by our former Florence Nightingale recipient, Jennifer Bellin, from last year. So lots to come. If you've noticed and you've walked around the building, our building is a little bit on steroids. We are celebrating Jewish Heritage Month. We're getting ready for Accreditation Fair, and this week we're celebrating Nurses Week, and next week we'll be celebrating Physiotherapy Week. So lots of things happening in the month of May. Exciting. We're in the middle of a pandemic, but we still find ways to enjoy the work that we do. On Wednesday, we would like you, if you can, wear white, all white, in honor of your nurses, just to show some appreciation. There's also a nursing board just across from the reception down the hall. And that's an opportunity for you to write a thank you to your nurses. It might just be "Go Nurses," or it might be, a poem, whatever you want to put on it. But just a token, a small token of appreciation to your nurses. On Thursday, there'll be some more games. And throughout the week, we will be, again, TikTok. So TikTok videos for the units. Last year, they were quite creative in their TikTok videos. So it'll be interesting to see how creative they are this year. The nursing theme is this year is Answer the Call. And you've heard a lot of catchphrases around nurses are our everyday heroes. So we thought that would be the theme for Louis Brier. So the units are decorating with that in mind. So we want to know what their superpowers are, and we want to see what their interpretation of a superhero is. So participate, keep looking at the emails that are coming through, and we'll have another ceremony here on Wednesday, and we will have another ceremony on Friday, but we'll be moving that to a different location. Haven't figured that out yet. Okay. And so we have another video. Yes. And the other video is about resiliency. And so, anyways, the video is about resiliency and fearlessness. So I'd like to take a little bit of time for us to reflect on what is required of a nurse, especially when we're in the middle of a global pandemic. Jessica, if you can put up that video for me, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
A moment exists in the suchness of one breath, in the warmth of one touch, in the single act that drags and accelerates simultaneously, and in the repeated acts that may pass by unnoticed. Care is a simple word. It's innate, born inside of us.
Thank you, Jessica. Now we'll have a few words from our CEO, Dr. David Keselman.
Okay. Hello everyone. I was really hoping to be skipped this time, but obviously not. And how can I even measure after those two videos and Carol's great speech? No one wrote anything for me. Okay, so happy Nurses Week. I think, there's really not much I can say about pandemic or unprecedented times and working hard and long hours and stress and what are the other words that come to mind? Never mind for this time. But I really think we all need to take the time, appreciate our colleagues, nurses, those who are in the caring profession. I mean, although this is Nurses Week, so we celebrate our NZLPNs, but we can't forget anyone else, the care aides, our allied team, anyone else that is sort of working along the lines and make this possible. And I really proud to be a nurse. I think I still can call myself like that. I have a license, although I wouldn't practice. So really wishing everyone enjoy the week, enjoy the celebrations. We're happy you're here. To our Nightingale nominees, couldn't be prouder and happier that you're here and nominated. Hope you feel proud as well. And everyone else, enjoy the festivities. Anything else I should? Yeah, those who've been nominated, stand up. Come on. Leonora, do you all know it? Do you know? Right. Amazing. We're proud of you and proud to have you part of our team. It's great work. All right, anything else I need to say? No, I got it. You got it. Carol's got it. All right, well, thank you, everyone, and enjoy the week. Florence Nightingale's week. Yes.
Thank you, David. Like David said, let's not forget the others in the building, our allied staff, our administrative staff, and our supportive staff. As a nurse, I know that we could not do our jobs without you, and we appreciate you, and we thank you. Even though we're celebrating Nurses Week this week, it is important to remember the people that support us. So this next video and last video that we have is a little bit of a fun video. It's a video made by a physician about nurses. And it's got a little bit of humor to it. And I think that it's quite fitting So that is the end of the formal part of our ceremony. And if you have the time, meet us for a minute to win it in the Shalom Garden. Thank you.